Got it, Karthik? I think, Imani, we can start the meeting. It's 4:31. So, Mom, we'll start the meeting. So, good evening and welcome to all the enthusiastic to learn educators who've connected with us today. I am Himani Mittal, connected on behalf of Madhavan Educational Books. I'm your moderator for the day. To begin with, I would like to wish everybody a very happy technology day. With all the educators on a single platform, I'm reminded of a quote by George Gross. Technology will never replace teachers, but in the hands of great teachers, it is transformational. It's indeed true. Technology can never replace the teachers, but if used by all the educators effectively, it can be transformational and it can bring about a great deal of advancement in the learning ecology of our schools. India's success in the field of technology is a result of curious minds. This National Technology Day, let us all strive to create an atmosphere to help the curious minds stay curious and make the most of advanced technology. To throw light on AI and coding, to enrich our knowledge on AI and coding more, today we have with us Ms. Manjeet Johar, who is a reputed academician in the field of computer science and information technology. She has worked for over 3 decades in various prestigious educational institutions. She is passionate about teaching and learning the latest technology in the IT industry. She has been involved in designing the curriculum for various educational boards across the country. She's guided and imparted computer literacy to students and has conducted many workshops for teachers at the national level. She has received many accolades and awards for her meritorious contributions in the field of education. She is not only an author, but also an educational consultant to a lot of schools and group schools across the country. So without further ado, I would like to call upon Ms. Manjeet Johar to begin with her session and enrich us on AI and coding.
Thank you, Himani, for a glorified introduction and a very good afternoon to all my fellow educators. I would like to thank Madhavan for giving me an opportunity to share my views about the most happening technological advancement, which has taken the world by storm, AI and coding, artificial intelligence and coding. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, as rightly said by Nelson Mandela. If one is focused in life and optimistic about the future, goals are scalable. The world is undergoing rapid changes in the technological landscape, such as big data, machine learning, design thinking, coding, and AI, and many unskilled jobs worldwide may be taken over by machines in the near future. The importance and utility of AI systems in today's scenario and the environment of the future is unquestionable. As we know that the only way the schools will be successful in the long run is by integrating technology with education. Success mantra is think out of the box and mold students to be lifelong learners by developing their skills as academic achievers, progressive thinkers, effective communicators, and empowered citizens of a global community. Teaching with the help of technology also helps the slow learners and dyslexic students, as visuals have an everlasting impact on the child's mind. Applications based on AI are already visible in healthcare, diagnostics, transportation, public safety, robots, smart appliances, education, entertainment, and the list is endless. I can go on and on and on. NEP 2020 also highlights the importance of technology in section 4.24, which reads as concerted curricular and pedagogical initiatives, including the introduction of contemporary subjects such as artificial intelligence, design thinking, etc. at relevant stages will be undertaken to develop these various important skills in students at all levels. Another major feature of NEP 2020 is to teach the activities involving coding from the middle stage, that is from class 6 upwards. So they're really laying stress on coding and AI. So AI and coding will make the young minds adapt at problem solving, decision making, critical thinking, and inculcate the habit of research, which would align with the demands of the next generation to prepare the students for higher education in top global universities. Even design thinking and innovation will assume an important role in the near future. AI is being widely recognized to be the power that will fuel the future global digital economy. We all agree that students are creative by nature with innate talents, and that every classroom should be filled with creativity, joy, and a quest for knowledge. Teachers should unleash the creative potential of every child so that they can be coders, designers, data scientists, software engineers, and so on. AI will form the bedrock on which the paradigm of schooling processes will be constructed and help the students to reap the benefits of this ubiquitous technology. I'm quite elated to be able to share some snippets of AI and coding with you as they yield the most promising career for the future. Let me share my presentation and let's walk through the corridors of coding and AI. I'll quickly share the screen with you.
Ma'am, the screen is visible now. If you can make it full screen on slideshow.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
In the meanwhile, I would like to make a small announcement. So I have kept all the educators on mute. If you have any questions, queries, or doubts, please feel free to write on the chat box. I'll take up your questions towards the end of the session. Thank you.
It's on slideshow, Himani, now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so can I start? Or there are 5 people waiting to enter the room, or you want to,
we'll keep on adding people.
Okay. So AI has brought about a revolutionary change in the world, pushing the boundaries of human imagination, and has transformed from a futuristic concept to a dominant power. When we use Google Maps, smart appliances, facial recognition systems, autonomous cars, smartwatches, and digital voice assistants like Amazon's Alexa, Apple Siri, AI is always present at the background. Navigation system and traveling has drastically improved over the years with AI. Almost 2 decades ago, when we used to plan a trip anywhere, we had to ask someone for the route. And then we had to learn from previous experience of our friends. All we have to do now is ask Google, and it will provide the location on a Google map, as well as the best route to reach that destination. Someone must have thought of a solution, and therefore we need innovative thinkers and coders who can find a solution whenever a challenge or a problem arises. And that is what we want to inculcate in our students. We want to prepare them to be the future coders, designers, software engineers, developers. And how can we do it? We need to introduce AI and coding at the school level. And then only we will be successful, because teachers can only create magic. Have you ever thought and discovered why AI and coding in schools in the present decade? The answer is very simple. An effective education system has the responsibility to develop the most critical resource of a nation, that is the human resource. Who are the human resource? Our own dear students, who are the future torchbearers of the society. The younger generations must be educated in such a way that they are ready for life and are positive contributors to the advancement of the nation. Young children need to be given the tools and techniques to learn, master, and integrate the use of AI and coding in the formative years of schooling. They must be exposed to learning environments with the help of updated tools and interactive activities designed to develop core skills. Education achieves its goals of making the school students AI ready and visualize jobs for the future. We need to prepare the students to face the challenges of the high-tech age and compete in the global world in the international market. AI is a cognitive science which can be linked to various subjects that concern themselves with cognition and reasoning. Its multidisciplinary nature will help to make connections between all the other subjects, thereby adding value and giving a different perspective for all. Students and teachers have to seamlessly work together, create content, and share resources using AI technology. Introducing coding and exposing the students to technology at a young age will go a long way in helping the youth lead the way to a new world of innovation and creativity. Why do we need coders, developers, programmers? Because coding improves the problem solving and critical thinking skills. And who knows, one of our students may have an innovative idea to create the next Google, Amazon, or Facebook. If students are taught coding at this level, at the school level, they can also become entrepreneurs and build their own software business or maybe start a new venture. Thinking out of the box develops a generation of critical thinkers who can have a cutting edge in the global world. Coding is a fundamental catalyst for achieving our goals in life. We need to identify each talent amongst the students and develop coding skills for improving logic building techniques to handle the daily course. Out of a class of 40 students, at least 20% of the students will be influenced by logic and programming, and maybe they become future coders and developers. So deployment of coding and AI as a competitive weapon in the knowledge-driven world is very important, as coding develops logical thinking and fosters creativity in a child. Students should be creative and innovative, develop coding and 21st century skills for the next generation jobs in alignment with NEP 2020. Artificial intelligence has acted as a main driver of emerging technologies like big data, robotics, coding, and it will continue to act as a technological innovator for predictable future. There are different views about AI dominating the world. Are we ready for AI technology? Or robots dictating the future? Suggest your perspective related to the future of AI and quickly type in the chat box. You have 5 seconds. Himani ma'am, you'll take up the answers of the chat box. 5 seconds is enough for them to answer.
Yes, sure ma'am, sure. Teachers, okay. I am active on the chat box. The question is there
on your screen. So quickly suggest your perspective related to the future of AI, artificial intelligence. What is your perspective? It can be anything, you know, it can be anything. Think out of the box.
What do you think? I am active on the chat box, quickly taking all the answers. Let's see if you can come up with a very interesting answer. Come on, teachers. Let's think of some interesting. Oh, I think I've got something.
You can suggest any perspective related to the future of AI. What do you feel? What should be the future of AI? What is your...
So there's somebody by the name of Principal. She says AI will soon take over human intelligence. Swapna ma'am says future technology. Okay. And I have so many answers coming in so quickly. AI as teacher, AI as manpower, AI as future. Replacement of humans is Santhi ma'am. AI can take us to creative India. Soumya Prasad. Manjeet ma'am, the answers are floating in at a very fast speed. I am unable to catch up. They're saying AI, robotics, chatbots. AI, Paulomi Shane has given a very interesting answer. She's saying our country is already suffering terribly post-COVID due to recession. I'm sure AI and coding would bring huge income and employment for our country.
Right. That was the point I was coming on to. Okay.
Otherwise, I think there are about 55, more than 60 now, answers that we've received on chat box. It's difficult for me to catch up here.
I think then we can take in at the end of the session. I think that'll be better, no? Should I carry on with my presentation?
Yes,
so while online learning is here to stay, it is important that students learn by adopting a scientific approach to learning. Nowadays, online tools incorporate myriad techniques for the students and teachers to shape their intellectual journey. Technology learning, along with the conventional classroom systems, can help in achieving significant enhancements in both the teaching and the learning process. We should always look at the syllabus from two perspectives, different perspectives as teachers and as students. Try to put yourself in the shoes of students and just think the syllabus from their viewpoint. Because every child is different and learns in his own unique way and at his own pace. Many of the AI-based applications are now available to facilitate the students, and accordingly, the teacher can introduce the subject with creative games and activities. In fact, I would suggest that every class should begin with an activity or a game to check the background knowledge and generate curiosity and interest amongst the students. It hardly takes 5 to 7 minutes to start it will basically generate interest of the students. Previous knowledge testing, PK testing, what we call, so same thing I'm talking about, the background knowledge testing. So once you start the class with an activity, all the students are basically, the idea is to create interest, generate interest, and all the students will be actively participating. Then mind mapping of the topics related to AI in the curriculum should be done by the teachers in the beginning of the session. Then creative games, quizzes, worksheets, experiential learning, projects, higher order thinking skills based on problem solving challenges should be introduced in the classroom. Selection of the right methodology and innovative teaching pedagogies depends on the content, available resources in school, age group of students, and so on. You know, learning is an ongoing process. Teachers should think of new pedagogies and innovative teaching strategies, such as flipped learning, project-based and experiential learning, phonetics, anecdotes, field trips, and explore novel ways of teaching methodologies, so that students look forward for attending the class. They should be looking forward every day. Yes, tomorrow, what is something new which my teacher is going to teach me? So every day, if you're thinking of something new, you are also learning. Because the day you stop learning, if I stop learning today, I'm finished. So basically learning happens every day. At times you're also learning from your students. Maybe you learn something new from your students. So that is all right, perfect. So because students also think out of the box. And so at times students outsmart the teachers. So basically you have to keep encouraging the students so that they keep learning something new. And as teachers, our endeavor should be to prepare the young minds for facing the challenges of the world. In the present world, where technology has become as pervasive as the air we breathe, the need of the hour is a comprehensive digital experience for school students to explore some of the most trending areas that will impact their future. Technology is also an important tool that adds immense value to the process of learning and teaching, which itself has undergone radical changes in the last decade, especially during the pandemic. So we can say that artificial intelligence is a technology that can make machines think like human beings, and they can work the way we humans do. It assists robots to copy the activity of humans based on their behavior. And it is used in almost every area, such as industries, games, hospitals, designing mathematical models, cartoons, animation, films, and so on. The list is endless. AI machines can learn, analyze, autocorrect themselves, and it needs almost no human interference while processing information. With incredible advances made in technology and robots, AI can be utilized to manage a variety of tasks and increase our efficiency in the classroom. AI refers to the ability of machines to perform cognitive tasks like thinking, perceiving, learning, problem solving, and decision making. It is therefore necessary that AI should not only be introduced as a subject in the school curriculum, but also should become a link to teach other subjects at all levels, where AI can be used as a tool to teach other subjects, English, science, maths, all the other subjects can be linked to AI. AI is a form of intelligence, a type of technology, and a field of study. AI theory and development of computer systems both machines and software are able to perform tasks that usually require human intelligence. AI focuses on building smart machines, which are capable of performing computational tasks that generally require human-like functions. AI covers a broad range of domains and applications and is expected to impact every field in the future. Now, coming on to the applications of AI. AI is an overarching discipline that covers a broad range of domains and applications in almost every field. I think most of you are already familiar with most of the applications of AI, like gaming, astronomy, healthcare, transport, agriculture, education, e-commerce, entertainment, robotics, automotive, automobile industry, social media, data security, finance, and so on. I'll just touch base on certain applications. For example, game developers are using AI technology to improve the strategic aspects and increase the level of the complexity of the games every day. AI in agriculture can be helpful for farmers in areas such as robotics spraying pesticides, monitoring of crops, predictive analysis, weather forecast. Education, we all have become experts in handling technology, online teaching, webinars, especially during the last 2 years during the pandemic. AI has become a boon for the hospitals and healthcare workers in the last decade. It provides a competitive edge in the e-commerce industry too. Robotics is a very important field of AI, which has replaced humans in business, assembling parts of car, detection of bombs, automated cleaning robots, and other tasks. Intelligent humanoid robot Sophia has been developed, which can talk and behave like humans. Sophia is a social humanoid robot developed by Hong Kong-based company Hanson Robotics. In 2017, Sophia was given Saudi Arabian citizenship and became the first robot to receive citizenship of any country. Okay, now quickly, let's do an activity fast. Think about any application of AI and how it helps us to in our day-to-day life, and type in the chat box quickly. Himani ma'am, again, quickly now, activity time. So type in the chat box, 5 seconds.
We've got an answer. Anita Rani says Alexa, robotics.
Oh yeah, it is the most common. Yes, yes, yes.
Cleaning in the house. I'm waiting for a particular answer. I want to see how many of you are able to get it. I'm waiting for a particular answer. Alexa is one. What else? What else? Siri, Google. Yes, Bhavna ma'am. Correct. Netflix, air conditioning, Google Map, Siri. There's something else like Siri. Siri comes for iPhone. What comes for another phone? GPS, painting, YouTube, Google Assistant. Think. Alrupa app. Cortana for this. Anybody's heard of a car, latest car with AI? A latest car enabled with AI.
That answer.
Me too. That's in India. Text us.
Yes, I think maybe someone comes up with it.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes. I had even I think answer. Somebody else also. A car with it. And what's the name of Siri in a Samsung phone? What is Siri called in a Samsung phone? Can anybody think of it? A Siri in a Samsung phone. Siri, Bixby. Yes, Karunan says Bixby. So Bixby, MG Hector is the car. Tesla self-driving driving cars. Yes. So ma'am, we've got a lot of
many
answers.
of them will come up with this answer. Very good. Who has come up with the answer, ma'am?
All of ma'am, I have more than 100 people who've answered.
Excellent.
That's amazing. I am so happy we have such enthusiastic educators who joined us today. I mean, it's difficult to keep pace with them. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mani. Thank you all my fellow educators of the teaching fraternity. I'm so happy that you all are participating, but because I wanted it an interactive session. And this is the way, like the way I'm going, this is the way. All I want to say is that you should keep introducing some activity after 10 minutes to see that the entire class is participating. Not only a few students are participating, only 10 students are participating who are intelligent and the other students are left behind. So better to engage the entire class, Think of very small activities. Like I just thought of application of AI, that's it. So, and then we got so many answers. So basically, there is nothing right or wrong answer. You should just make an attempt to keep the entire class engaged. So now AI technologies support smart infrastructure and have enabled us to accomplish tasks that were almost impossible a decade ago. AI used to forecast weather. It is used to forecast weather conditions, then predict cyclonic storms and floods, which have saved mankind from very catastrophic disasters. It has a high rate of precision and reduces human error. AI robots can be used in dangerous tasks too. For example, diffusing a bomb, exploring the deeper sections of the ocean, mining coal and oil, etc. And then robots can also work 24/7. AI machines can work diligently around the clock without any break, and they don't get tired. Some of the highly advanced organizations use digital assistants to interact with users, which reduces the need for human personnel. Have you ever got an answer, like if you're using the vacuum cleaning robot in your house, does it ever say that I refuse to clean the house? I'm tired? No, it doesn't say that. But it just say, I'm going to the charging station, I want to get charged again. So I wish even we human beings, after 8 to 10 hours, we could also have some charging stations and get recharged and then convert our 24 into 48 hours, obviously. So all I want to say is that robots can work 24/7 without getting tired. Then the digital, AI machines can work diligently around the clock, as I told you. And the digital assistants and chatbots are designed in such a way that it is difficult to decipher whether we are conversing with a human being or a digital assistant. Using AI with other technologies, we can create machines which can help in decision-making and handle repetitive jobs. AI is also carving the path for new technological inventions in almost every domain of life, which will help humans solve the majority of complex problems, detect cybercrimes and frauds. The list of importance and application of AI is endless. Now let us look at the real world applications of AI. Even this question I wanted to ask you. Anyway, I'll quickly go because due to paucity of time, otherwise we'll not be able to finish the webinar. Basically, let us look at the real world applications of AI. It is used in face recognition, face ID unlocking feature in smartphones, which I think most of you must be using, face detection, visual filters, then biometrics, authentication in banks, offices, airports. Retina scanning is done in most of the airports using AI technology. Then image retrieval in airports, Facebook, Google Photos, Google Maps. And then most of the smartwatches are also using AI. Computer vision provides automated checkouts in shopping malls and stores. For example, Amazon had started its first checkout-free Amazon Go shop in Seattle, US. Then surveillance is also helpful for tracking the criminal safety of students in schools, shops, banks, airports, malls, and various other places for security system. Text editors use autocorrect and autocomplete feature. Search and recommendation algorithms in Google. If you just go to Google and you try to search for some information, it is going to give you certain recommendations. So what is the background? It is because of AI. Digital assistants and chatbots like Amazon's Alexa detects cybercrimes and frauds. E-commerce is based on your previous shopping experiences. It keeps suggesting you the online stores. Then even speech to text, most of you must be using in your mobile phone. Even that is possible. Then Facebook, YouTube, you can see the recommended videos based on your previous history. It tracks on your previous history of searching, and then it recommends you certain videos on Facebook and YouTube. Now imagine that your home would follow all your commands with the click of a button. It would be very exciting, no? Or a mobile phone. Smart homes are no longer a dream of the future, as AI has radically changed the world with latest technologies. Smart home technology includes basic amenities and solutions for almost every system installed at home, such as sound, light, security cameras, appliances like washing machine, refrigerator, and others. Automatically, the gate opens when you start ignition of the car. Miniature blinds are drawn, and even thermostats are there for easy access and control. Okay, now let's design our own smart home. Think of at least 3 innovative ideas and smart appliances which you would like to include while designing your futuristic dream home with all the latest gadgets and AI-enabled devices, and type in the chat box quickly. Himani ma'am, again, quickly, they must be coming up with answers.
Yeah, ma'am. That's what.
Can I repeat the question, ma'am?
Yes, because we don't have it here.
Okay. Think of at least 3 innovative ideas and smart appliances that you would like to include while designing your futuristic dream home with all the latest gadgets and AI-enabled devices.
So the first answer that is very close to my liking also, Mithali ma'am says, robotic pressing table. Mithali ma'am, I so connect with you on this. Pressing table, ironing table.
Acha, pressing table, ironing table. Wow, that's a very innovative idea. Even I never thought about this.
And I would love to have one.
Excellent.
Vishnu Priya ma'am says AI as cook.
AI as a cook, yes. all the ladies will agree we need AI as a cook. Yes, definitely. That will be the best thing to happen.
Aina ma'am
Yeah.
says when we enter a house, we must have recognition. Automatic brooming. I think Maria ma'am, that goes with the vacuum cleaner. Automatically opening and closing of doors after leaving and entering. Ironing
Yeah,
machine.
Hmm.
Table tennis table which opens through voice command. So this
Through
is
voice
some,
command.
uh,
Very
uh,
interesting. Very interesting.
Door automatic switch off while we are not present at home. Danger detection technology for kids and old people at home. This is very
This is a
creative.
very relevant point.
Kranti, Miss Kranti M. Cooking stuff, pressure plates, robotic cook, TV, serial, power saving sensors. Ma'am, there are 70 plus, I think the more than 150 now messages. I've read 70 and 70 more and still pouring in.
I think you can read it at the end of the presentation.
So I think everybody is so curious and so active about AI and robotics. I think we are all pro AI robotics. We would love to have them at home.
Yeah, definitely. Everything has a negative. Should I continue with my
Yes,
presentation,
yes.
Himani? Everything has a negative impact, as Stephen Hawking said. The development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race. The risk of something seriously dangerous happening is in the 5-year time frame, 10 years at the most, as quoted by Elon Musk. Microsoft's Bill Gates insists that AI is a threat. Humans should be worried about the threat posed by artificial intelligence, which even I quite agree. Now, there are various fields related to AI. AI is an umbrella term which covers various fields like machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, data science, robotics. I think, Himani ma'am, we need a separate class for this because this is a topic which, I mean, every topic needs a full session. So I'll just touch base upon the fields related to AI. Now coming on to the types of AI. Usually we can classify AI into 3 types based on capabilities and learning stages. Artificial narrow intelligence or weak AI is the stage of AI involving machines that can perform only a defined set of specific tasks for which it has been trained. In fact, nowadays, we are in the final stages of ANI, artificial narrow intelligence or weak AI as we call it. All the gadgets which we are using today, all the answers even which we are using today, such as self-driven cars, digital assistants like Alexa, Google search, image recognition, chatbots, prediction tools, all these are examples of ANI. Now, second type is artificial general intelligence, which the scientists are working on. It is known as strong AI, is in the stage in the evolution of AI, wherein machines will possess the ability to think, make decisions just like humans, and can handle a range of cognitive tasks. But strong AI is considered as a threat to human existence by many scientists, as we just saw in the previous slide, as AI-powered robotics will mimic human functions and try to match the intelligence. And then the third type is artificial superintelligence, which is the stage of AI where capability of computers will surpass human intelligence in all the aspects. So ASI, artificial superintelligence, is just a hypothetical situation as depicted in films and science fiction books where machines have taken over the world. To understand about the 3 domains of AI, students can play certain games that involves AI technology and computer applications and accept it as a challenge. As we know, the first domain is data, which comprises of text, videos, audios, and images are the different types of data which can be used for various purposes. As we know, AI requires huge amount of data to analyze and identify patterns and automate tasks for a variety of business profits. In fact, since the last 3 years, data mining, data collection has become a very, very serious business. So you can understand the concept with a very simple game of this challenge with rock, paper, scissors. Students can play this game in the class and also can try it on the computer. The second domain is computer vision, which implies to give vision to computers. Like we have the eyesight, so same way giving eyes to the computers. Computer vision is the process of capturing, processing, and analyzing real-world images to recognize and interpret the visual data and take actions in the same way as we human beings do. Applications of CV are face recognition, image retrieval are used in airports, Google Photos, face unlock feature on mobile phones. And you can also try playing the game Emoji Scavenger Hunt and Auto Draw. .com. The link is given on the slide, so you can probably just try this game. This is based on computer vision. The third domain is natural language processing, which is a subfield of linguistics, computer science, and AI related with the interactions between computers and human language. As you know, that computer only understands the binary language, which is combination of zeros and ones. So we have to train the computer to understand the natural language. For example, as someone mentioned in one of the answers, that Alexa is a very common example, which is mostly there in every household. So try playing Akinator with Alexa can be trained. Have you ever tried playing Akinator with Alexa? I think I'll be getting answers in the chat box. So it is very interesting. It can read your mind and tell you what character you are thinking about just by asking a few series of questions, and you have to give the answer in yes and no. Just give the command, Alexa start.
Yes.
You just give the command, Alexa start Akinator. If you have Alexa somewhere close by, I think they can try it right now or anywhere later. As you just give the command, Alexa start Akinator. Think of a real or a fictional character, and Akinator will try to guess who it is. Like even I thought of an elephant or Mickey Mouse, and Alexa was able to guess it after a series of questions, maybe 7 to 10 questions. So then you can also try mystery animal. The link is given below, which is based on NLP, the natural language processing. Now, interdisciplinary integration with AI. An integrated experiential approach allows for a cross-pollination of ideas and concepts in the assorted classroom, dispersing students' imagination to apply the new perceptions in a very challenging situation. AI integrated education would also help to develop key competencies for lifelong learning. Acquiring subject knowledge using AI as a tool, learning problem-solving techniques, innovativeness in taking initiative, application across various key disciplines, developing interaction and linking with other subjects, assuming social responsibilities. Now, this is the next topic which I'm going to touch base on, SDGs and its applications, which is quite a talked about topic nowadays. Learning AI ethics and vocational skills, applying communication skills. How does AI integration in education promote effective pedagogy in the classroom? You can do mind mapping of the syllabus as to how you will integrate the topics in the curriculum with AI. It can be done by brainstorming sessions amongst the teachers teaching different subjects. AI integration with the other school disciplines can be seen from various perspectives. The simplest way out is the teacher may select a topic from the subject that can be conveniently integrated to any of the AI concepts, and then select the AI concept as a tool to teach the subject topic. For example, we just saw that autodraw.com is a domain of computer vision, which is an AI-enabled tool which is based on the domain of computer vision, in which the machine identifies the pattern of your drawing and accordingly maps it with the most similar image. This tool also shows various options trying to predict what the user is trying to draw. For example, if a user is trying to draw a house and he starts with drawing a basic square or a triangle, the machine will compare his or her drawing and show the possible outcomes for the same. The user can then select out of them which one is the most appropriate. The other approach is to have interdisciplinary integration or cross-pollination of subjects, of ideas, in which the teacher may pick up one such topic as is seen in the slide. Like you can pick up this topic, improvement in food resources. And you can try to link it with English, science, SST, mathematics. And then you can see how the English teacher is going to link it with the Google Story Speaker, which is an AI-based tool. And the science teacher can do a case study, link it with computer vision. Mathematics teacher can just study the statistical data and use the data exploration technique, which is part of the AI project cycle. And then the SST teacher can link it with natural language processing. So basically, earlier also we used to link these topics. For example, a teacher used to give the concept of drawing an advertisement in English class. And then the same advertisement had to be drawn in MS Word or any other software. So the thing remains the same. And then the evaluation could be done by both the teachers. The content was checked by the English teacher and the technical specs were evaluated by the computer teacher. Now we are trying to use AI tools. That is the only difference. So basically, we have to assign the criteria and parameters for evaluation, and the assessment rubrics can be given so that the student knows on what criteria, what parameters he is going to be assessed. Now coming on to the most talked about topic, SDGs. The supreme challenges of this century would be the ability to work at the global level and to transcend all conventional boundaries and to become conscious citizens of a global sustainable community. Most of the development challenges are in urban areas, as cities are the engines for technological advancement. If degradation of environment continues persistently, the implications will be catastrophic, as will not be able to suffice the human needs due to depletion of resources. It is therefore imperative to conserve the environment for the future generations. Sustainable development goals have been drafted in such a manner to ensure economic prosperity of mankind and safeguard the environment. We can define sustainable development as sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. SDGs are a collection of 17 interlinked global goals designed to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. As you can see it on the slide, AI technologies can also contribute towards achieving the SDGs and making the earth a better place for all its inhabitants. It can develop smart systems that can help farmers to quickly detect diseases and take timely action to save crops, prevent shortage of food. Which SDG I'm talking about? SDG 2 will be suffice, zero hunger. Satellite images based on computer vision and drones are used to monitor fishing activities, collect data and images of sea to prevent marine pollution. Which SDG I'm talking about? Are we getting some answers, Himani ma'am? Collect data and images of sea to prevent marine pollution. Life below water.
You're getting 14, 13.
Yes, perfect. SDG 14, life below water. Yes, 13 also. We can use AI technology to predict cyclonic storms, earthquakes, weather conditions, and save human life. This is SDG 13, climate action. As a responsible global citizen, our duty is to contribute to the society and to find solutions to the prevalent problems faced by the people. So why not educate the students about SDGs at the school level? I'll give you an idea. In school, you can allocate one SDG to every class. Students can create, you can start from class 3 or 4 upwards. Let's train them right from young, catch them young. Okay, class 3 upwards. Students can create blogs, conduct rallies, webinars, theater, thematic assemblies, then posters can be pasted on the notice board throughout the year. Even the teacher can do mind mapping of the topics related to the subject and then link the topics with the SDG. Especially it can be done in SST and science very easily, very easily. When you see the SDGs, it can be most of the topics can be related to SST, social studies and science, EVS. We know that SDGs cannot exist in isolation and are interwoven with each other. So next step, 6 months, every class can work on an individual SDG, right from class 4 to class 12. We allocate one SDG to every class, and then gradually you can also have inter-school competitions or maybe host an exhibition. The annual school exhibition can be hosted on SDGs, which is a good idea. The presentations, multimedia presentations, so that whatever the students have been doing throughout the year can be showcased and to spread public awareness. So then after 6 months, every teacher will think how my SDG can be connected to the other SDGs. And then the interlinking can happen. So then one class, like the person who's in charge of the class monitor, who is in charge of, or you can call him the SDG monitor, whatever you want to call him. And then he can probably talk to the other SDG monitor, and then they can work out that which SDG can be linked. For example, I'll give you an idea. SDG 4 can be connected to 8, SDG 8, 10, 14, 16, and 17, right? So the class which has been allocated SDG 8, SDG 4 will connect to the leaders of the classes who have been allocated SDG 8, 10, 14, 16, 17, and then they will work together. They can prepare presentations and maybe give those presentations during assembly. Another example I'll give you, for example, to achieve SDG 11. The slide is there on your screen, so you can quickly make a note of it. And you can, SDG 11 is to make cities and communities inclusive, safe, sustainable. So we can link it to the following SDGs. Goal 3, SDG 3, Green buildings are the fabric required to ensure healthy living of all people and promote their well-being, so SDG 3. And they can further use renewable energy, which is affordable and not expensive, Goal 7 or SDG 7. Building green infrastructure creates job opportunities, Goal 8. Whereas the design of a green building can create innovation and contribute to climate resilient infrastructure. Which is it? Quickly, any answers I'm getting? Himani, Goal 9. To make optimum utilization. Very good, excellent. So everyone is participating in the discussion. That is what I wanted to check out. To make optimum utilization of resources, we can use circular principles, Goal 12, and produce less CO2 gas emissions, helping to combat climate change, which is this Goal 13, climate action. Green buildings can improve biodiversity, save water resources, and help to protect forests. Life on land, Goal 15. And through building green cities, we can revitalize strong global partnerships. So that is the last one, partnerships for the Goal 17. This way, you can suggest the students to link the SDGs and give a presentation in school assembly or hold an exhibition. We have to take a holistic and integrated approach to solve a societal problem. I've just given you an example, so you can link anyway and link it with your syllabus, link it with the class, but you must educate the students about SDGs at the school level. Okay, put on your thinking caps again. Think of a topic from your syllabus which could be integrated with AI, artificial intelligence, and link it with the other subjects and SDGs. Type your response in the chat box. Okay.
For the first answer, Aryan Kachab, he says Python.
Okay.
Aryan, sir, we're going to come back to you and ask you how.
How? Yeah.
This is another fight on.
Which SDGs is he linking with? SDG?
Yeah, Aryan, sir, you'll have to specify linking Python with which SDG, weather forecast. Okay. A lot of fun. Science, food and nutrition, zero hunger, Gayatri Dave.
Okay, very good. And which subject?
Science. For SST, major landforms. Python for mathematical solutions.
Yes. Even I was waiting for that answer. Python can be linked to mathematical models and solutions.
Quality education, Python. No poverty.
That will be quality education, SDG 4.
Google Apps for SDG 4. Fraction, Goal 3 and 4. Okay, now I'm mixing answers, I guess. The goal number 6, sources of water.
Sources of?
Water.
Okay, that will be goal number?
This one, life below water, I'm supposing. Life cycle.
Relating, if you have good source of water, then you have good health. It will lead to good health. I mean, maybe that is how he is linked it to SDG 3.
Social studies, they're saying weather and climate by Janice, ma'am.
Climate action.
Menu planning, including calories for zero hunger, Suvarna Lata. Nupur Pathak, face recognition, augmented reality for space-related chapter by Mitali. And there are more than 50 messages now.
Okay.
Environmental protection for science, life below water.
Okay. Should we carry on further? Then I think at the end of the presentation, they can keep typing the answers, and Himani ma'am, at the end of the presentation, we can take up the answers. Yeah. Okay, so I'm done with AI. AI is such a long, I mean, basically, I think I do not know 10 more sessions, Himani ma'am, we need to have on AI in case we have to cover the entire. This was just a conceptual overview of AI. Now I want to come on to the next topic, which is coding. While working on coding projects, you can make use of your creativity to provide a customized solution to a problem, and your innovative solution or idea might somehow change the world. This will be a stepping stone for the students who want to get started with the coding journey. Coding teaches you how to think. Many people learn coding to take leapfrog technological jumps in their career development. As Steve Jobs, founder and CEO of Apple, once said, everybody should learn to program a computer because it teaches you how to think. When you know how to think, it opens up endless possibilities in your work and life. Coding, also referred to as programming, is creating instructions that can be executed on a computer to perform a specific task or achieve a particular result. Coding is a creative activity that students from any discipline can engage in. It helps to build computational skills, develop problem-solving skills, improve critical thinking skills, and exposure to real-life situations to solve problems in various fields. Introducing coding at a young age will go a long way in helping the youth lead the way to a new world of innovation and creativity. Now, what is the importance of coding? It teaches you important skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity. It helps to nurture design thinking, logical flow of ideas, and apply this across the various disciplines. Improves logical thinking skills by viewing problems from a new perspective altogether. Complex coding projects develops a methodological thinking as it is broken down into smaller modules. If you have a complex problem, just break down into smaller modules so that it is simple for you to solve that problem. Coding is an essential part of AI and machine learning. It improves the computational thinking. It helps you to understand how technology works. Coding also makes it possible for us to create our own apps, softwares, games, and websites, which can be a path for carving a niche to upscale your career to unscalable heights and make your dreams come true. Have you ever thought how traffic signals function? The lights cycle through green, yellow, and red at regular intervals to control the flow of traffic at road intersections. They prevent accidents and help avoiding congestions on the roads. But how do the traffic lights change automatically? Few lights of code are running in the background, drives the traffic lights. At regular intervals, the code changes the traffic signals to show different signals. Most of us engage with programming, be it inside our homes or outside. Coding in the modern world can be seen in the streets, schools, banks, booking online tickets, smartphones, etc., creating a website, web applications, game development, computer software, smartphones, tablets, smart TVs, smart watches, smart home appliances, building applications, facial recognition doorbells. I can go on and on and on. And in fact, if you, you can keep typing in the chat box, more coding examples, the real world examples, which you are.
A lot of examples are coming in, a lot of examples. As you were talking, continuously I'm getting chat messages on examples by coding.
Excellent. So that means everyone is participating. I'm happy about that. So these are just few of the examples which I have given. Okay. Think about how do we interact with people around us? How are we talking? How are we communicating? Through a language? Language is a primary medium of communication for all human interactions. Similarly, we can interact with computers through a language that computers understand. And this language is called the programming language. A programming language is a tool to write instructions for these computers. All these terminologies which you see here is not a recent innovation, and coding is not rocket science. These terminologies have been there since years. I remember I learned the basics of programming almost 3 decades ago. Maybe some of you were not even born that time, through a very, very simple language known as BASIC language. Basic Beginners All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Yes, that was the full form of the acronym. And the code is still registered in my mind even after 30 years. To print 10 numbers, we used to say for x is equal to 1 to 10, print x, next x. If you have to add sum of 10 numbers, then you just had to say for x is equal to 1 to 10, print x, s is equal to s plus x, next x, and then print sum is equal to s. So it's still registered in my mind. Then other languages came like COBOL, Fortran, Pascal, C, C++, and now Java, Python, C#, R. So many languages are there. So all I want to tell you is it is not difficult to write the program in another language because the logic remains the same. Once you know programming in one language, you just have to acquire proficiency and mastery in one language. And then the logic stays. Then you can just write the code in any language. In fact, I would suggest we can start teaching coding to students right from class 1 onwards, so that logic building develops, which helps to improve their performance in other subjects as well. Though there are different logics of making a program, but the logic building will be developed. Like in class 1, you can start with step-by-step activity of a problem. Class 2, you can start with algorithms. Class 3, you can move on to logic building. Class 4, you can ask them to make flowcharts. And flowcharts is nothing but a diagrammatic representation of an algorithm. I'll just quickly go through what is algorithm, flowchart, pseudocode. All these terminologies have been there since years. And flowchart also, then you can relate it with Word. Flowchart, you go to Word, shapes, and flowchart. You get all the symbols of flowcharts: start, stop, process, decision box, everything. And ask the children to make the flowchart on the computer. So they'll really enjoy making flowcharts. Then pseudocodes also you can introduce to the students by using real life examples to encourage critical thinking. And you can introduce very, very simple activities like ask them like, how do you bake a cake, make tea, coming to school. So they will give you a sequence of activities. Baking a cake, they have to follow sequence. Making tea, they have to follow sequence. So everyone has a different process of making tea. So basically, what are we doing? So every program, you can have different logic of making a program, but there's a good, I mean, basically all there's a best logic of making program. Okay. And but the logic of making a program remains the same, remains with you once your logic is built, and then it stays with you throughout a lifetime. And then gradually in class 6, you can introduce to them to sequencing, then iteration, looping, and so on and so forth. So we move from simple to complex concepts so that they're obsessed with programming. It has to be a passion with you. Programming has to be a passion with you. Now, all these simple terminologies, and I mean the computer teachers who are there attending in the group will know that algorithm is defined as a simple sequence of step-by-step instruction to solve the problem. Flowchart is just a diagrammatic representation of an algorithm, and pseudocode is used to describe the steps followed in an algorithm through very simple language or instructions. A computer program is a set of instructions that is given to the computer to solve a problem. And programming language, as I told you, is a tool which we use to write instructions for computers to follow. Now, let us take a very simple example to swap two numbers with the help of boxes. So this activity, you can do it in class. You can take 3 empty boxes. You can even ask the children to empty their pencil boxes and put pen and pencil in 1 and 2 boxes, and third box is empty. So how are they going to swap the pen and pencil? Okay. So they are going to put the empty box, they're going to shift the pen to the empty box, and then the pencil will be shifted to the box which has become empty, that is pen. And then from the temp box, the pen is shifted back. So similarly, or you can conduct this activity in class. You can draw 3 squares, and 2 students can stand in 2 squares. Okay. And then 1 student moves to the third empty square, which you can name it as temp. And then the first 2 squares can be named as A and B. So A square has become empty. The B student moves to A square, and then the temp where the second student is standing moves to B square. So that is how numbers are exchanged. The numbers are swapped. Simple as that. And if you try this activity with small children and you just tell them that 2 boxes you take and put orange and apple in 2 boxes, they'll say, ma'am, we'll eat up the orange. So how do you swap? So just that, I mean, with the little children, it's like that. So all I want to say is you can give very, very simple example. Now, this is an algorithm. So read A, B, temp is equal to A is equal to B is equal to temp, print A, B, and then stop. So this way you can conduct many other activities. So the coding terminologies are the same in almost every language. Only the syntax is different. Only the syntax is different. What do you mean by syntax? Syntax refers to the procedure of writing a statement in any language. Syntax. I mean, now once we are talking in English, you say he is going to school. So there's a procedure of writing a statement in English language. Similar way in computers also, every language has its own syntax. So the logic remains the same. The syntax only differs. Example, sequencing refers to the specific order in which you perform the activities in order to get the desired output. And control structures is a blocker program that accepts and analyzes different options and chooses the directions based on the given parameters. For example, if statement. With if statement, we have it if statement with logical operators, relational operators. I'll not go into the technicalities. And then iterations you can introduce in class 8. Repetition of a line or a block of code is also known as iteration. Then a looping you have. Loop is an algorithm which executes a block of code and multiple times till the time a specified condition is met. Then you have nested loops, implies a loop within a loop. So an array is a collection of similar data types. Himani ma'am, I think we need to have a full-fledged session on coding because I'll not be able to cover this in this lecture. And let me give you some examples, like factorial of 5 is, we say calculate factorial of 5. So factorial of 5 is 120. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, 120. So there's a small catch in the program. What is the catch? Can anyone give me an answer in the chat box? What is the catch while you're making the program? There's just very small catch in calculating the factorial of a number while you're making the program. Any answers we're getting, Himani ma'am, in the chat box?
Ma'am, they're saying loop, avoid 0, store the answer.
Yeah. Come with the second statement, loop.
Loop, avoid 0, store the answer and increase 1 in count.
Yes. Avoid 0. This was the catch. This is the catch which I was waiting for. If you say 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 0, always you'll get the answer as 0. So that is the catch. You should never initialize the variable as 0 once you calculate the factorial of a number. So every program, there's a very small catch. For example, then you can also print palindromic string. Palindromic string also logic remains the same. A string is called a palindromic string. You all know if the reverse of that string is the same as the original string. For example, madam. If you read from left to right or right to left, it's madam. Malayalam, radar, then level, then 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 is a palindromic number. So you can keep thinking of palindromic strings and keep typing in the chat box. Okay, and then you have Armstrong numbers also. When the sum of the cube of the individual digits of a number is equal to that original number, the number is called an Armstrong number. Okay, so for example, 153 is an Armstrong number because 1 cube plus 5 cube plus 3 cube is equal to 153. So all I want to say is I can go on and on with examples. So I'd rather stop here, that the logic remains the same. You can use different logic to write the same program. The difference lies in the syntax and the keywords used in a language. Okay, so once you have acquired proficiency in one language, you can write the code in any language. You just need to understand the logic. So if we teach coding to students right from class 1, 2, 3, 4, and in fact, in class 8, we should introduce Python so that they're inquisitive to learn about coding and Python, they'll opt it as a vocational skill in class 9 and 10. Because artificial intelligence also, they've also introduced Python class 9th and 10th. As one of the chapters. So class 8 only, we should also teach them Python also. And along with the, there's a proper syllabus. CBSE has introduced coding right from class 6 onwards. So 6th, 7th, 8th, we can follow the syllabus of coding. Okay. Now, basically, learning to code will get you a lifelong skill that will never be obsolete. This can be easily applied to all other languages and with a few syntactical changes. And it will help you improve your digital literacy and coding skills, of course. So Microsoft MakeCode is a framework for creating interactive programming experiences for novice learners and learning coding concepts easily. MakeCode Arcade is one of the platforms from block-based programming. Nowadays, it's become very, very simple to do programming. So this is just very simple with drag and drop components. So the links are given on your screen, so you can just try this out. In fact, Scratch can be introduced in class 4 itself. Students will really enjoy doing programming in Scratch. So just try these links out.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was, I mean, I've been getting so many messages, and when you said palindrome, one of the best answers which I got for palindrome was, Madam, I am Adam.
Oh, wow. I never thought about this. Madam, I am Adam.
I am is I apostrophe just M. So when you read it this way and that way, I tried it on a piece of paper also. It says, Madam, I'm Adam. So that was a very interesting thought. And I'm so happy.
Congratulations to the person. Excellent. Even I never thought about this. Madam, I'm Adam.
Ma'am, this is Arham Jain.
Congratulations. Thank you for educating me. That's what I said, learning. I have learned a new thing today. Madam, I am Adam. So I never thought it. Like this is a palindromic string. I just thought Madam, Malayalam. So Madam, I am Adam. Okay. When I'll just write it down and check out.
Okay. That's interesting. So ma'am, I'm getting so many chat responses, and the audience, I must compliment the audience that we've had today. They've been so active, so active. After a very long time, I've got an audience of 500 people. all of them equally active on the chat box. My
Okay.
chat box has been running like anything throughout the session.
Happy about that. Let me just give the concluding slide.
Yes.
Coding and AI, and I've talked about relevance of coding and AI, but they are actually the currency of the future. It has become a basic requirement for many career options nowadays, as technology is a growing trend in the digital economy, providing massive job opportunities. And programmers, software engineers, and developers are in high demand all over the world. AI and coding creates a plethora of job opportunities, and it is one of the most important skills. Career opportunities in AI and coding have escalated recently due to its rising demands in industries and applications in different fields. AI will improve the efficiency of many sectors and enable the creation of services that will lead to overall economic growth of a nation. AI is dominating our lives, which indicates that the industry will need a skilled workforce to implement AI technology around the world. What is the punchline? The punchline is coding and AI empowers your life. That is what I believe in, and I believe all of us believe in. That is the punchline. Our world is full of technology. We use various apps and softwares every day. The secret of success for a student lies in making the best use of his capability and capacity to think. Coding helps to blossom the child's brain, whether being logical or analytical thinking. It enables children to enter the world of new age technology by giving them an arena to develop apps and games or work in the field of robotics and AI. Language is a mode of communication that has been passed on from generation to generation. Who knows, in the modern world of robotics and AI, coding may be the new language spoken within the coming decades. So why not educate the students right now? Once you're aware of coding, a new door of opportunities will open up for you, and you may have many ideas to start with your own business or a new venture. Remember the adage, what you think you create, what you imagine you become. I'm sure you could also bring about a radical change in your school with the power of AI. Thank you very much for taking our time and listening patiently to me. And congratulations to each one of you who has been motivated by the magic words AI and, of course, coding, which is a passion with me. And thank you for educating me. A new palindromic string I learned today. So that's what I mentioned in my speech also, while I was giving my presentation, that learning is an ongoing process. Every day is a new learning experience. I'm so happy I've learned something new today from my teaching fraternity. I think, Himani, we should have a separate session for coding. And I really hope that I've been able to inspire you to take a deep dive into the flowing stream of AI, filled with nuggets of knowledge about learning the nuances of coding. So let's embark on an incredible journey, setting out to ignite a passion and a quest for exploring the world of AI, robotics, and coding. Thank you, Himani, and the team of Madhuban once again for giving me an opportunity to share my views. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed a very, very fruitful session. I can see so many thanks on the chat box. I am grateful to all the participants. I have shared a feedback link for everybody.
I'll stop the screen share. Yeah.
So I've shared the link for feedback on the chat box. I have shared, on my screen share, you can see a QR code where you can fill in the feedback form. You just have to scan this QR code. You can take a screenshot if you're using your mobile already. And please remember to fill in the feedback form. Only on your filling of the feedback form will you receive certificates for the session of today. So please make sure that you fill in the feedback form. The link for the same is linked there at the chat box, and the QR code for filling of the feedback form is shared on the screen in front of you. Please make sure you share, and thank you so much. Also, I would request all of you to keep in touch with Madhuban. I've taken down a couple of questions we've received on the chat box, and we make sure that you get all the answers. Not only this, at Madhuban this year, we have committed to AI and coding, and we'll make sure that you get regular updates on artificial intelligence, coding, and information technology. With a resource like Ms. Johar with us, we are very confident that we'll get regular, interesting inputs into these topics, which we'll keep sharing with all of you so that you can become better educators. You can teach the students with a lot of gusto and enthusiasm, as we could see in the session today. So thank you.
Excuse me, Himani, yes, I think they need the feedback link. They're writing it's a registration link and not the feedback in the chat box. They need the feedback link. as I've
If this is not, if at all you're feeling, so after this session, we'll be sending the feedback link on your email IDs as well. So don't worry if you feel that this is not, we'll check this at our end. We'll also be sending the feedback link after this session. Please don't worry about that. You'll all get the feedback links on your email. Fill that out. Feedback form, not registration. Okay, so I'll just check. Maybe I've happened to share the wrong one. Scan this code, just take a screenshot of this code. I'm sure this QR code is for the feedback. Anyways, even if this is not working, don't worry. We'll be sharing a feedback link, the link to the feedback form on your emails after the session now. You can fill in the feedback forms there. There's not a problem at all. And once again, thanks everybody. Thanks, Mr. Ohar, for such an interesting and fruitful session. And we've had a great interaction with all the educators. Once again, please stay connected with us. You'll receive regular updates and messages from us on AI, coding, and information technology as and how we need. If you have any queries, you can also always write to us. I'll share the WhatsApp number with you on the chat box also. You can share your queries with us on the WhatsApp also. We're always available to help you out. At Madhuban, we're committed to learning and to our educators. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you, Himani, and the team of Madhuban.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please don't worry about scroll down your PDF for the feedback QR. You can always please take a screenshot of this QR code and you can send the feedback on that. We'll also be sharing the link for the feedback form after this session. So rest assured, we'll be sharing it with everybody. I'm still sharing the WhatsApp number on the chat box. If anybody has any queries, you can write to us on our WhatsApp number also, or you could also, okay, Dr. Ramya Mani is saying this is a feedback form. Yeah. It's okay, ma'am. Meenakshi ma'am, don't worry. We'll be sharing the link again with you on your email ID. We'll be sharing the link for the feedback on your email ID as well. So in case you're not able to fill it here, please don't
Ma'am, just
worry.
one question has come to my mind. Which operating system and MS Office version they are using?
So teachers,
I mean, if we could just ask them.
yes. So teachers, could you please also write on the chat box which operating system and Microsoft Office version are you reusing in the school? Which Microsoft version? Windows 11. Okay, Windows 10 and Microsoft Office version 2011. All right. All right, 2016. 7, Windows 7, Windows 10. Okay. So if you could also share that, I think that will be helpful for us. Which MS Office version and which Windows version?
2019, 21, whichever version they are using.
Whichever version of Windows and Microsoft Office you're using, if you can share on the chat box. All right. There are some questions.
Yes, ma'am, please.
There are some questions regarding the feedback form, teachers. So by the evening, by 6:30 today, you'll all receive a feedback form on your email also. So don't worry about that. You'll all receive the feedback form. So I'll stay online for another 5 minutes. You can send in your question, your Windows and your Microsoft Office version. Certificates will be, ma'am, as soon as you fill in the feedback form, you'll receive the certificate on your email. Please make sure you write the right name, spellings of your name, of the school's name, so that you get the correct certificate. You'll get them as soon as you share your feedback form. Can you share the recording of this session? That might be a little heavy for us to share. And keep in touch with us. We'll create WhatsApp groups or broadcast lists for the IT teachers. We'll share glimpses of the webinar there. So don't worry. We'll be sharing a lot of things with all of you. We've just shared the email, the phone number, contact number, which can be reached at WhatsApp 7827-801827. I'm reading it out also, 7827-801-827. So whichever question or query you have, if there's any challenge you face, please write to us on this number. We'll get back to you, 78278-01827, 7827-801-827. We'll share the link after the session. So by 6 o'clock or by 6:30 latest, you should be able to get the link. So I think at this point now I can close the session. Yes, Sonal ma'am will be sharing the link on the email. हम लोग email पे link share कर देंगे आप सभी के पास.
Thank you, Himani ma'am, once again, and the team of Madhuban for giving me an opportunity to share my views about AI and coding. Thank you.
Thank you so much.